In this short video, I'm going to walk you through how to use the review status criteria of adaptive release. Again, using my videos folder as an example, what I want to show you is, first of all, within each item or folder that you create in your content areas, if you click on the drop-down chevron here, there is a set review status, and you can see currently this is disabled. I can enable it here, and I'll click on submit. And when that's enabled, it'll show up like this for the instructor. Now let me log out and come back in as a student. So Sophia Loren, she'll get to be privy to what we're playing with here. We'll take a look at that view right here. Okay, so what this looks like for a student. Now keep in mind, I have not set any adaptive release rules at this point. All this is a kind of a physical record-keeping process for the student. So if your course has a lot of content and you want them to be able to mark things as reviewed. Now keep in mind, this does not require very much interaction on their part at all. In fact, you won't know whether or not they've read it. They may have just come and clicked this box. But let's assume that the student's going to use this in the appropriate way, and so after they've worked with this, they'll click on review, and it'll keep a record of that for them. If they click on review, they can also click on it again to turn it off. This will mark the item as unreviewed. Continue? Yes, we will. So now you can see it's turned itself off. Okay, so I'm going to log back out and come back in as the instructor. We'll go back into that class and take a look at the course content one more time. Okay, so this is enabled review. So I can go in here as the instructor, click this drop down, and I'm going to turn this off, disable. Okay. Alright, so now that's not showing up at all. So now the adaptive release portion of this. So how can I use that review status to control? Well, let's take a look here. From my drop down, I'm going to go to adaptive release, and I'm going to move past date, membership, and grade, and go to review status, and I can browse. And I would like for the student to review the collaboration space portion of the class. You can see that it's populated my text box. I'm going to click on submit to make sure that it goes through. It gives me a notice that the selection will turn on review for the selected item, and that's fine. Say OK. So now not only is it telling me that the review is enabled for this piece, but it's also telling me that adaptive release is enabled for the videos section. So this is how it'll look. I'm going to log out. I'm going to come back in as, let's say, Audrey Hepburn this time. And you can use any of these characters in your class also at Southern State if you want to take a look from a student perspective. So we'll go to courses, click on the class, go to course content. Okay, so right now the videos folder is not showing up, but as soon as Audrey clicks on mark reviewed, you can see that the videos folder appears. If it's unreviewed, it disappears. So that's how that works. I'm going to log back out one more time. I lied. Let's come back in as myself. We'll take a look at this class. So I want to show you the process of turning this off. So if I were to come back into adaptive release and I want to clear this, so I'm going to clear that adaptive release. I'm going to say submit. You can see that the review status is still enabled on this piece. So even though I have a clear to the adaptive release, this is still showing up. So in order to turn that off, remember, you need to come down here to set review status and choose disable and click on submit. And that'll clear it all up for you. So that's the review status portion of adaptive release.